Axle time.
New project. Oh,
Yeah. This one requires a lot of math.
yeah.
And it's too early for math this morning. But, you know, we're doing it. Why not?
We are. Once we get this, everything else, this is obviously the hardest part. But what are we doing overall?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing is we have a curry housing that is, for the lack of better words, used and abused. And it's just outgrown, or the truck is outgrown the housing.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So now we're going to go with a new hood rat housing. We're doing everything in-house. This was not 4130. The new one will be 4130. We have much bigger, stronger snouts. And with that, we have to do a lot of cross-referencing and all sorts of math and stuff that my brain doesn't want to do this morning, but we got it figured out.
Yeah.
So we already went ahead. We do have this measured. We found our wheel mounting surface measurement to where the new snout registers into the actual axle tube.
So if we tip that guy over,
This surface right here, we have this measurement to wheel mounting surface. So that way now, that's going to help give us the length of tube we need to cut, because we have just enough to where if we mess up the cut, we have to spend a lot more money. Don't want to do that.
no.
So the good thing is too, is these are 15 times stronger than the older snouts. The main failing point of these is the threads are a lot smaller, so they tend to break right here. Ours, the thread surface, do we have the other one out, or is it this?
It's that one's there. I can grab it.
All right, we'll grab that in a second to show
Yeah.
you guys. But this now, the entire thickness of the snout stays across the board. It just has threads on the outside of that, rather than machined down and then threads.
Yeah.
So we have a bigger spindle nut and a bigger thread surface, and realistically, altogether it's stronger. We're still maintaining our same bearings, same crush sleeves and everything, because that's all mated to the hub. But the only difference is just this has the stronger outer edge on the thread, so that way it won't shear. We haven't had an issue, clearly, but in the process of all we're doing is upgrading this truck and making it better, stronger, and faster. That's part of it. So the new housing is gonna be better, a lot stronger. We're gonna increase the width just a hair to clear the shocks a little bit better. And by a hair, I mean like a 16th. Very minimal. We're still using the same axle, same everything. We have just enough on the axle to get that 16th. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and we'll grab that other snout, kind of show you the differences side by side of how much of a difference they actually are, and just how much beefier they are for being the same size, quote unquote. They are a lot more beefier.
Yeah. So we've got these measurements now, basically from the tube register to the wheel mount surface. Now we're going to put this hub back on the truck, get wheel mount surface to wheel mount surface, that measurement, and then center pinion to all of that, because this housing is also not centered. It's offset based off of how the truck was built. And
It was still, I mean, it was kind of built to stock specifications. We are going to maintain that.
Yeah.
I would personally like to do a zero offset housing, but at the same time, being stock frame rails, stock everything, that's going to shift the pumpkin over, and it's going to hit things that we already have in place because we built around the current one. So it's not ideal, but it still is better than our current option. So it's going to be brand new housing, brand new everything. It's going to keep everything in line where it wants to be, because I mean, if I go with a zero offset, then we kind of have to change everything we've already done.
Yep.
So we need to move motor, move trans, move all that kind of stuff. There's no need to do that. Rather build another truck and have two trucks rather than constantly changing everything in this. This thing's dialed. We just are making the last little bits of fail safes or things that can fail. We're fixing this.
Yeah, because this is realistically, we were talking the other day, the rear end's about the last week length.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it's been in there, what, 5 years, 4 years? Something like that.
Probably longer.
One of the first things you did with the truck, so yeah.
Yeah.
And we can, with the new housing, we can move a lot of the things that we've been wanting to move, like get the well, we already moved the shocks, but we can fix, limit strap location, because they're at bump.
Yeah.
They are rubbing each other, and we broke one at the mint last year.
Yeah.
So we're going to move those. Probably move that towards the center of the axle, so that way we can maybe go for, we need new straps anyway, so we'll go with a little longer strap to prevent us from binding on the tabs itself. This was also put on by Curry, and it was kind of a generic throw in your truck housing, minus length. So all that stuff was kind of there. So now we're actually going to make it to our specs.
Yep. So this one's still the new housing. So we've got that done. We finished that before the mint last year. We've got trusses. We got basically almost everything cut out to start. This is just the big piece, so we know how long we need to cut the axle tube. Cut that, then we can get it all in the jig. So
it's also the most time-consuming thing
yeah.
that we have even had to do. Like this rear end housing is going to take me longer than it took us to do the whole entire back half of the truck.
Yeah.
Just because there's so much welding in the fixture and making sure nothing moves. Because there is so much heat that goes into this, and there's a lot of plate work, a lot of tubing, there's just a lot of stuff that has to be perfect.
Yeah. So we'll grab that other snout real quick so we can compare that. We'll get these other measurements, cut a tube, and then we'll have it in the jig hopefully here in a couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. All right. So there's the new snout.
This is the new beefy guy. So the biggest comparison is going to be the thread, or the biggest change is going to be the threads, which, as you can see, this is the old nut. Does not fit compared to the new one. It's much larger, much better threads. This is kind of showing them side by side. You can see this step down and that right there. This is the biggest failure part on these. So we have a much larger surface on here. We have a lot bigger sleeve that will register into the tube than the current ones. So we can actually have a better, stronger rosette, hold on it, and all that kind of stuff. But this is the comparison and why we're changing it.
Yeah, and just let people know too, bearings, everything on the hub still stays the same. It's literally just that part that's on the housing that's changing.
Yeah, it's just making this stronger. And this isn't the only reason why we're changing the housing. Main reason is we're just all across the board, it's gonna be stronger, and we have the ability to switch up to a 10-inch ring gear rather than a 9-inch ring gear. The new one, we have provisions for that.
And then this one, these snouts too will give us other options if we did want to change rear hubs down the road.
Yeah, we can go with a different style hub to like a 6x6.5 trophy truck pattern, which if we ever get to that point, that would be a change that we do for this thing, and that would come more than likely when we build a second truck, because the second truck will have that pattern, and I'd like to have cross-reference parts for both vehicles, because they're going to be kind of the same platform, just one not lease run.
Yep, and spares and tires and all that kind of stuff.
When you have two trucks and one set of spares that works for both, you have a lot cheaper of a program and less space you need.
Yeah, exactly. So cool. So we've got that first measurement. We'll put the hub back on, get the measurements, and keep going on this. All right, whole bunch of math. What did we come up with?
My brain hurts. It's been like what feels like 69 hours, 69 hours actually. But we're ready. We got it all figured out now.
Yep.
It was not easy, but we also triple checked everything.
Yeah, we
and found more other things and triple checked that and double checked the other thing and fixed that other thing and got that thing, and there's a lot of things.
Yep. Yeah, you notice the truck's up on the lift and wheels back on compared to where we just were before, but we're doing more than just measure twice, cut once. I think we measured
about 69 times, and we're only going to cut once.
Because that's all we can do is cut once.
Yeah, we're going to cut once, weld once.
Yep.
Fit once.
Yep.
It's going to be good. Got everything transferred over in CAD too, so that way we have CAD records as well as matching our off the truck records. But we also we found more things that we forgot we did because we had no other choice because we were in a time crunch.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, with racing, time crunches happen, and you either make it work or don't race.
And we definitely made it work last time.
Yeah, and with all the new adjustments, we don't have to make it work anymore because it will work.
Yep.
As it should.
So getting everything set up before, we did a quick fix to make the rear end work for the Mint last year, but that pushes the center of the spring out wider than what the pockets and everything are, creating a little bit upset, but
made everything unhappy, but
still better than what it was, but
used
not
to be
where
2 inches off. Now we made it only a ½ inch off, and that ½ inch is still pissed off.
Yep. So now with the new housing going in, we're able to adjust all those other measurements, get all that stuff put together.
We may be a 16th off at this point, but 16th is better than 2.
Okay. we're still good. It's still leaf springs, but yeah, crazy double, triple checked every measurement possible. Snouts. So next step is we cut our tube. We're running an inch or 3.5 inch
quarter wall, 30 axle tubes, or housing tubes, axle, whatever term someone wants to use. My brain hurts. Did a lot of math.
So, and we do have some truss and stuff cut already from before the mint. So
dummy over here that drew it didn't account for the offset. So we do have to. Luckily, we just need to cut one of the trusses down.
So we'll get the axle tube cut, get it in the jig, and we'll get one of the trusses out just so everyone kind of see that, and then start getting that burning things put together.
All right, we have just enough tubing. We're cutting right in the center of that line, gives us just enough to shave off because we have passenger side, driver side. Yeah, let's not screw this up, Steven.
No.
Let's do this. All right, 40 minutes later, we're halfway through. Harbor Freight. Can't go wrong with it.
So getting ready to put rosettes in the end of the axle tube just to weld to the snout.
We're gonna do 1 3/4.
So we're just figuring those out. We're doing 3 rosette holes for it.
Yep.
Any difference? Obviously, just extra grip compared to doing 2.
4. I mean, with 2, you have a chance of it walking a little bit. With 3, it at least holds everything in.
Got it.
4 is a little overkill. It can be done, but you're also putting so much stress on this now. You know, for it's all the heat, so it's kind of a
happy medium.
Roll the dice.
Yeah, that works. What do we got going on now with the axle?
Well, we are going to get the axle tubes now put to the length we need them, which they are very close.
Yeah.
About a 16th off. And I want to make sure our axles fit.
Yeah.
So I ain't going to be messing around with a 16th. We're going to make sure we're good.
So we got these cut down, and then we put the rosettes in, getting them fit, slid down, and once they're kind of hand fit this way, then we'll get it in the jig.
Yeah. Well, we'll actually get the tube in, get the snout into the tube, run the centering bar through, get everything tight and clamped together as tight as we can, and then we'll lay it on the actual fixture.
Okay.
And get everything nice and straight, I think. Or
So,
we might change it up.
We'll see. We'll see how
It's
it goes.
kind of an order of operations that there is no order of operations, so we're coming up with it as we go.
I think knowing how tipsy-turvy that thing is, I think assembling it, even on this wooden one, and then you and I just carrying it over seems like the way better idea.
I think so too.
So, yeah, cool. Let's keep getting going on this. Super excited to kind of see it all together. All right.
Yeah, it's coming together.
Keep going.
It's going to be heavy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mucho heavy.
Yep. Yeah. Just moving the center section around the shop has not been fun.
Yeah, and I have like a pound more welding to do on the inside.
Yeah. Not including these big tubes, the bigger snouts, everything else. So can't wait to see it all together. I think we have a housing-ish.
We ish have a housing. Yeah, it's there. It's getting together. We have the centering bar in.
Yeah.
Everything's straight. We got it all bolted together. Now we'll put it on the fixture, so that way, as we're welding, nothing moves. And yeah, this is once again all thanks to Munson Industries as well, because this is all Munson design, fixturing, and all that kind of stuff. And we're kind of working together with them to try to get more of these made. It's a hood rat housing mixed with Munson design. Like we all designed it together, so should be good. We have 69th time double checked the measurements.
Yep.
Double, triple, 69th ish. My brain hurts.
Oh yeah.
I'm really tired of numbers, because realistically, there's no more numbers to figure out. Now it's the welding part, and
it's just
hope the numbers are good.
1 weld, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's just like 4 or 5 welds. That's all it's going to take.
Just
like 4 or 5 welds, like 30 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
Not 6 days, because that's realistically how much it's going to take to do this. It's about 6 days of welding. Yeah.
So we'll kind of just walk through this before we get it on the fixture, because it will be face down, but starting like here at the end. So obviously we've got the
solid
rod.
300 rod that is not cheap.
So we just have a collar kind of keeping everything just tight. Aluminum
everything
slugs.
keeps it together. Slugs are machined just enough to fit now, so that way once it's hot, they'll swell up and they'll be pretty much impossible to take out until it cools down again. So we have all that. We have everything's 4130. We have 3.5 inch, 1/4 inch wall, axle tubes with a, I can't remember what size plate I did on this one because it wasn't as aggressive. I think it was a 3/8. 3/8 4130 faceplate. Everything else is 3/16 4130 with 1/4 inch internal gusseting and ribbing and all that kind of stuff. We have 3/16 4130 trussing that's going on there, and then more 3/16 4130 going for the spring purchase.
Yeah, and I think we could pull the truss out once we kind of get it in the fixture, because it will be kind of showing the back side, so we can kind of get that out and just look, even if we cut the bend brakes off real quick and just kind of hold one up just to see what it
we got to
like.
trim one, because I drew everything before we did final measurements, but I drew them with the intent of I can cut a little bit off. Plus, I also drew it with intent of doing center 0 offset on the pinion, and everything in the truck is not meant for that. So we're actually doing a regular offset to match what was in it. Again, the old housing is fine. We are just outgrowing it. The truck's getting heavier, the truck's getting faster, the truck's getting stronger, and really it's the speed part. We're going a lot faster to the desert, and we don't want to break that thing. This thing should withstand just about everything we throw at it, because it's not exactly a trophy truck housing. It's kind of in between. It's more of like a heavy duty pre-runner housing, but really the only difference on that is just a little bit more extra gusseting, which actually I have a center section to show you. We can show the differences
Yeah.
between the trophy truck center section and the current center section, which the trophy truck has like a 4-piece truss and a bunch of other stuff. This is going to be a 2-piece truss.
Yep.
And
Just
again,
back brace.
Yeah. Again, we're not going trophy truck speeds, but we are going twice as fast as the truck used to be. So when the original housing was built.
Yep. So cool. So we'll lift this heavy guy onto the fixture and get it all kind of clamped down and go from there.
Yeah, looking forward to this. This is going to be a lot of welding.
Yeah.
Someone's going to need to rescue me from an asylum after I do all this welding.
Yeah, but I think it's one thing just to see it all on the table like this all together, and just have it all there.
Yeah.
But,
so I'm going to take this, and then we'll get this in the fixture and be good to go.
Cool. Sounds good. Rear ends on the fixture.
Yeah, that wasn't easy, and one of these has my niece's name on it. That was cool. You'll see in the time lapse.
Funny but not funny.
Yeah, it's funny to watch. It ain't funny to live it. So anyways, this is our housing.
Yeah.
And kind of want to show the main differences between what we're building for race truck compared to what would be in a trophy truck, or I have the same design on for trophy truck as I do for basically 4,000 to 5,000 horsepower drag cars. The main difference is going to be the center section. Well, I mean, overall, it's going to be pretty significant. The axle tubes on this are 3.5 quarter. We run the axle tubes on the bigger stuff as well, 3.5 quarter, but we sleeve them into 4-inch quarter in the center section. We run a much thicker trussing that's 3-piece with internal ribbing and gusseting on everything. Overall, this thing is about double the weight of what the other one is.
Yeah, yeah.
1/2-inch faceplate. This one's 3/8. This is basically, I mean, it's meant to hold up 5,000 horsepower or a 8,000 horsepower trophy truck with 1,200 horsepower. This is going to be the trussing for our new one, and this is, double each side its own truss.
Yep.
Kind of more on the economy side of the housing. Try to keep cost down for us. We don't need as crazy of a build because, again, we are not going as fast as trophy truck. We are going, we have leaf springs.
Yeah.
So there's our limiting factor.
Yeah.
And I think we're finally at a point once this is actually in the truck where truly the only limiting factor of the truck will be the suspension.
Yep.
And at that point, now we have a truck that is at her peak, at her top, and we build her a sister.
Yep. So, no, really cool to see all this down. And like we said, too, it was just kind of strengthening what could be a weak link. Not saying that what we had in the truck was a weak link. But
it will eventually,
yeah.
Just because of how much faster we're going, how much more we're putting in. I mean, the whole back of the truck is so much more rigid now than it was with the old setup. And it's just all in the progression. It wasn't needed, but it was needed.
Yeah.
It was needed for us to be more competitive, and that's ultimately why we race.
Yep.
Aside from just having fun. At the same time, we want a truck that is insanely competitive so we can go have fun with it.
Yeah.
All in all, it's better instead of driving, a shitbox that kind of doesn't want to go anywhere.
And this one, too, will even fix one of our leaf spring issues that we were having.
Yeah. We had to we were under a pinch last year getting ready for the mint, so we did notice that the center mount of the springs were about a 1/2 inch out or wider than what the chassis was, and found that at the last minute and no way to fix it. So it was roll the dice, hope it don't break, and we'll fix it. And then we forgot about it, and then we just triple checked everything while getting everything ready, and we found that. So now we're making the adjustments and actually have the proper spacing on everything, so that way our leaf springs will be a little happier. Still, they are happy. It's just they're kind of going through some bushings, which is kind of, mean, it used to go through bushings big time.
Yeah.
Now it's a lot. It's still wrong, but it's going through bushings less. And now we should be able to, keep everything in the truck and good to go.
Yep. Then just another maintenance piece that we're fixing to
Yeah.
keep the longevity up, so that we're not having to do a full tear down after every time we take the truck out. That we're able to keep it, go enjoy it more, drive it, and have some cool stuff.
Yeah, and because realistically, the main purpose of doing all this, aside from being competitive, is also so we can go back to the true purpose of a 2000 truck, where we can have a truck, go race it, and still go drive it.
Yep.
And have fun with it.
Yep.
Instead of go race it, break it, rebuild it just in time for another race, do the same thing over, and just have these constant issues we're chasing. And we're tired of the issues.
Yep.
We want a truck that we can go at any point, any day, and just go, hey, you want to take the truck out?
Yep.
That's the whole goal.
Yeah. So we've got some welding here. Get the brace put on.
Some is an understatement. Some
A
is
lot.
an understatement. I'm going to teach you how to weld because I need help.
So we'll get that all done, taken care of. So yeah, stay tuned for the next one, where this will be in a little bit different shape. We'll get some welding done on it, start getting some of the trusses fit on, some of the other leaf spring pieces, and then ultimately get it in the truck and do that last nut and bolt check before.
If I had more storage, I would say maybe we just do like what those other people on YouTube do and do a 10-hour episode, and it's just welding, because that's what it's going to take. There's probably 60 hours of welding I got to throw into this.
But the big thing on this too, you have to space it out.
And it's all in mind to just make sure nothing warps. We do have it clamped. You can clamp as much as you want into a fixture, no matter what. With that much heat, the molecular structure of metal alone is going to move. So even with the fixturing, it still could be off. So we're going to do weld here, weld here, weld here. You just kind of bounce it around and spread that heat cycle around, so that way it's all as close to perfect as possible. There is no way. You can ask any human being. There's no such thing as perfect when it comes to human beings.
Yep.
So we're getting as close as we can with what we have, and we tend to do a lot of stuff here with minimal amount of tooling, and which means you can too.
Yep.
You can too.
So cool. Well, we're wrapping up for today. Call it. Got to go get a couple more clamps just for that last mount there. Yeah, there will be 2 on each side.
Yep.
That one's just not there for a spacer. Didn't have enough clamps, so got to go grab those and then get back at it. And then
once my knees stop being swollen and bleeding.
Yep.
Yay. Fun stuff.
Absolutely.
We'll put a picture of it once it's nice and black and blue.
Yeah, we'll toss that in.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. Thanks everyone for tuning in, checking this out. Stay tuned. Let us know what else you guys want to see. We're getting ready to go take the truck out, so that's going to be fun. But as always, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
See you later.